Welcome to the Real Estate Playbook Talk Show. If you're renting and dream of your own home, you've probably heard about rent to own as a possible solution. But is rent to own a smart way to become a homeowner, or is it just another real estate trap? In today's episode, I will dive deep into the exploring of rent to own agreements, breaking down exactly how they work, discussing their advantages, highlighting major pitfalls, and providing practical tips to help you decide if rent to own is right for you. Plus, we'll discuss today's big news. The Bank of Canada just announced a reduction in the overnight rate to 2.75%. And we'll talk about how this could impact your home ownership plans. So let's dive in. So how does rent to own really work? So first, let's clarify what rent to own really means. Rent to own is essentially a rental agreement combined with an option to buy the property within a specific time frame, usually 1 to 5 years. So unlike regular renting, a portion of your monthly rent payments contributes directly towards the purchase of the home. So here's what a typical rent-to-own agreement includes. So it will have a lease term, which is normal. So usually it ranges from, say, 1 to, say, 5 years. So the option fee, which is typically 2 to 5% of the home's price. So this fee is usually non-refundable, but goes towards your down payment. So rent credits is a predetermined portion of your monthly rent payment that is allocated towards the down payment. And then you have the agreed purchase price, which is established at the start of the agreement, protecting you from future market increases. So let's walk through an example. So imagine you're renting a home for, say, $2,000 a month. So under your rent-to-own agreement, $400 of your monthly rent contributes directly towards the future down payment. So over 3 years, that's $14,400 that's saved toward purchasing the home and helping make homeownership much more achievable. So today, the Bank of Canada announced a significant decision to reduce the overnight rate to 2.75%. This is important news for potential homebuyers because lower interest rates typically means more affordable mortgages and better buying power. For those considering a rent-to-own option, a lower interest rate environment can greatly improve your chances of qualifying for a mortgage when your agreement ends. Common rent-to-own scams and pitfalls. So while rent-to-own sounds attractive, it's crucial to be aware of potential scams and pitfalls. Here are common warning signs to watch out for. So unclear or no contract. So every aspect of the deal must be clearly written. Never rely on verbal agreements. Overinflated home price. So some sellers set a price significantly above value, reducing your eligibility for gain. So minimal rent credits. So small credits mean your savings towards your down payment will be minimal. So in that example that I gave, if you're only putting towards, say $200 on the $2,000 a month, then you're not going to have the down payment that you're going to need when you go to get your mortgage. So no support for credit improvements. So good rent-to-own agreements often include financial coaching or credit support to help ensure mortgage qualification later. Excessively strict terms, so contracts that force you to lose all your accumulated rent credits if you fail to qualify for the mortgage, can trap you financially. So once I worked with clients who were about to sign a rent-to-own deal where the home price was inflated by 50 grand above market value. Additionally, their agreement stipulated that they would lose all of their credits and fees if they were unable to qualify for a mortgage. After reviewing the details, they wisely stepped away from the deal, saving themselves significant financial loss. Always, always have a professional, preferably a real estate lawyer, review your rent to own contract. So, what makes a rent to own deal a good one? Now, let's focus on what a solid, legitimate rent to own agreement looks like. So, fair market value pricing. So, the agreed purchase price reflects current and realistic market expectations. Transparency. So every detail from fees to rent credits to conditions and timelines is explicitly laid out in the contract. Generous rent credits. So enough monthly rent should contribute towards your down payment to make a meaningful financial impact. Mortgage preparation. So the best programs help you strengthen your financial position and your credit score during the lease period. So flexible exit options. You shouldn't lose everything if unforeseen circumstances arise and you're unable to purchase the home. So a family I assisted entered a rent-to-own agreement at slightly below market value. They spent the following 2 years diligently improving their credit score with professional guidance. By the end, not only did they qualify for the mortgage, but they also built up significant equity, setting themselves up financially for long-term success. Before you sign, ask these critical questions. Does this deal set me up for long-term financial success? Is the price fair? And am I truly benefiting from the arrangement? If this answer isn't a clear yes, make sure you consider your options. So determining if rent-to-own fits your specific needs. To quickly decide if rent-to-own might work for you, consider the following. So it might be a good fit if you have a steady income but need time to improve your credit or savings. You're looking to lock in today's home prices to hedge against market increase, or you're fully committed to buying and staying in the home long term. It's probably not the best choice if you have no clear plan to improve your finances during the lease period. You're uncertain about the long-term living situation, and the contract lacks clear protections for your investment. Always, always get professional advice if you're unsure. So rent-to-own agreements can be powerful pathways to homeownership when structured correctly. It all comes down to choosing the right deal, understanding exactly what you're signing up for, and ensuring you're protected every step of the way. So if you need help evaluating a rent-to-own opportunity or exploring your homeownership options, feel free to DM me on Instagram at re_life_with_Rochelle, or book a free consultation with me at any time. If this episode provided value, please subscribe and leave a review. It helps more people like you achieve their home ownership dreams. Next episode, we'll be diving in and exploring practical strategies to repair your credit and get mortgage approved. So don't miss it.